Welcome everybody. Hello, my name is Sophie Mather. I'm the Executive Director of the Microfiber Consortium. We are a membership-based non-profit based in the UK but operating globally. And we're working to mitigate and manage fibre fragmentation and microfiber release into the environment. So I'm super excited today to welcome into conversation Barbara Martinez, who is the Open Innovation Director for Conservation X Labs. She leads open innovation prize-based challenges, including that of the Microfiber Innovation Challenge, which I'm talking to Barbara today. So Barbara is a conservation biologist by training, and she has a research and science policy background. So welcome, Barbara. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Sophie. It's lovely to be here. I'm really excited to talk to you as well about the Microfiber Innovation Challenge.
Brilliant. So I've got some questions for you today. So if you're okay, I'm going to jump straight in and get to it. So first of all, I really want to understand a bit more about Conservation X Labs. So if you could tell me something about the organisation and why Conservation X Labs is running the Microfiber Challenge.
Yes, of course. So Conservation X Labs, we're a US-based technology and innovation organization. We create and support solutions to stop the extinction crisis. One of the tactics to go about this is through open innovation, which is really the program that I run, designing grand challenges and prizes, prize-backed competitions. So the competition that we recently launched is the Microfiber Innovation Challenge, and this is set up to source and reward scalable innovations that address the underlying causes of plastic microfiber pollution, and that being shedding from textiles and other types of flexible fabrics. So we're running the competition with the financial support of the Flotilla Foundation and the Arthur Vining Davis Foundations. This competition is really focused on upstream innovations to address microfiber shedding. We really wanted to advance the development of innovations that address microplastics. As you all know, research is continuing to demonstrate the ubiquity of these particles in the environment, in our food, air, soil, and water. And through discussions with a number of experts in the field, we really decided to focus the competition on the sources of plastic-based microfibers. We're particularly interested in solutions that will effectively turn off the tap of these fibers. And we're also interested in innovations that have a minimal environmental footprint from the sourcing of the raw material to the end of life. Finally, we have a prize purse associated with this competition of $650,000 US, which will be divided amongst a set of finalists who meet and exceed the criteria in the challenge.
That's brilliant. And I think we were particularly excited to hear about this challenge when we first heard about it, because, you know, we're spending a lot of time doing the research, but we really are looking and encouraging innovators out there to come forwards and bring their ideas forwards, because I think it's going to take some really fresh ideas of these innovative companies to come forwards and help us collectively solve the problem. So really great to be working with you on this. So maybe you can tell me what kind of innovations you're looking for in the competition, if there's any kind of parameters to that.
Yeah, definitely. So there are two categories or sub-challenges within this competition. And so we're really looking for innovations that fall into one or both of these categories. The first one is to replace textiles that are sources of plastic microfibers with alternatives designed for non-toxic biodegradation in natural environments. The second category here is to develop improved textile manufacturing processes, for example, through weaving or treatments that will decrease microfiber and fiber shedding. We're also looking for innovations that are at a technology readiness level of about 4. This means that the innovations are well beyond the theoretical idea, but that there should be a prototype, and at a minimum, the innovation should be validated in a laboratory setting. So we're looking for innovations that are about that scale, that fit within the scope of this, the scope of the competition. And there's a set of evaluation criteria as well, which we have included on our website for the challenge. And we've provided an innovator's handbook as well, where people could learn more about the guidelines.
Great. I definitely think there's some people within our remit, our membership, that can definitely take up that challenge. So TMC is a partner in this with you, but I understand there's a number of other partners. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about some of the other partners that you're working with.
Yeah, of course. And so we're also, I think I've already said this, but we're super excited to have TMC as a partner on the challenge. So we have 16 partners in addition to our 2 funders. And our partners are really supporting the competition in a couple of ways. They're sharing information about the challenge through their networks in order to recruit a diverse pool of high quality applicants. Partners also are participating or will participate in the evaluation process. The applications are evaluated through panels of external reviewers. They're not evaluated by those of us at Conservation X Labs, but we really rely on external partners to support that process. And in addition, since the partners will have a first look at the innovations coming through the competition, we really encourage our partners to think about how they might help advance the innovations through collaborations, through introductions to other potential partners, access to acceleration, incubation, mentorship opportunities, and any other actions that could help advance that innovation from the stage that they're currently in to the next stage of growth, so that these innovations could have their intended impact. Our partners include brands, Under Armour, Finisterre, and Bolt Threads. We also have a number of NGO partners like Oceanic Global, Oceanwise, the Ocean Foundation, Fashion for Good, and Think Beyond Plastics are also partners in the competition. We also have a great advisory panel for individuals who are really helping us guide our competition. We're also going to rely on the advisors to help us in the evaluation process as well.
And I'm super excited to be seeing some of those as they come through. I think that's a great opportunity to kind of understand where the landscape is for innovation and see how advanced and some of the new ideas that are coming forward. So yeah, we have our TMC membership, but obviously a much larger network that we are communicating with. Maybe you can help us understand how our members could participate in the challenge. We have brands, retailers, supply chain partners, academics. So a lot of people right across the supply chain that could potentially put an application forwards. And I would openly encourage as many of our members to do that as possible. So yeah, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about them.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are 2, I think there are 2 possible roles for TMC members. Of course, the first role is to apply to the challenge. We are really, like Sophie, like you mentioned, we're really encourage, especially textile manufacturers, to submit applications. We understand that a lot of the TMC research members have been working on innovative and relevant R&D, and we really welcome your participation in the competition as applicants. It could really be the simplest change within your research and development that really creates the largest impact that could be truly transformative in this to address the microfiber shedding issue. And all of the work is really, it sounds like a lot of your work is very relevant to this competition. So I really encourage membership to consider applying to the competition. If your team or organization is not applying, we also welcome additional partners to join the coalition. And like I mentioned before, we really rely on our partners to help get the word out, to amplify the competition to other potential applicants, join those evaluation panels, and consider how to help those innovations scale so that they can have the greatest impact.
Great, lovely. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing those coming forwards. So finally, just to wrap up on our conversation today, I think that the key part of this is, how do people actually go forwards from here? So maybe you can tell us a little bit about how people can participate in the challenge or what they need to do as far as next steps from here.
Yes, of course. So we are offering a couple of one-on-one sessions, a number of one-on-one sessions to meet with membership to talk through the application process or answer any questions you might have about your innovation or applicability. So we'll provide that URL here in this presentation, and you can schedule a 10-minute session with myself. And some of those meetings may include others from Conservation Next Labs and perhaps also from TMC as well. So that's one way you can schedule a one-on-one meeting, and we have some dates set up in the month of March, March 8th, 9th, 22nd, 23rd, 29th, and 30th. I'm also going to be hosting a webinar on March 18th to review the application process in more detail. And so that's something that everyone is welcome to sign up for. There'll be some time for QA, but if you really want to dig into questions that are specific to your application, I highly recommend signing up for one of those one-on-one sessions. You know, we're just really looking forward to seeing all of these innovations coming through the competition and really helping to support the growth of sustainable solutions. Through the competition process, it really grows a community. We know that there's really only a couple innovations that might win that prize money. However, the process of going through the competition is really going to build a community of innovators. And we're really hoping to build in some opportunities through the competition process for applicants to have the chance to interact with each other and really get to know the greater ecosystem of innovators working in this space.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Barbara. I just wanted to add, when you talk about the kind of drop-in sessions, the 10 minutes, there's no obligation, is there, to anybody that signs up for those? You know, it's really a drop-in where you can ask the questions, and if it's not relevant to your organization, there's no obligation to put an application in. But we would encourage people to come along and pose their questions, whatever they are. It doesn't really matter, but
Yes.
just to help you, support you, and hopefully getting an application in.
Yes, absolutely. No obligation to apply if you have a 10-minute session. And even through those sessions, you might realize, well, you're not going to apply, but maybe you'd like to help amplify the challenge or talk about other opportunities with us. And but again, right, no obligation at all. But I'm really looking forward to meeting a number of people.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time today. I look forward to hopefully joining you in some of those sessions as well, and taking the conversation forwards, and looking forward to the applications. So
Yeah,
thank you for your time.
so much. Thanks, Sophie, for your time.